This is why you should never eat tasty cakes and why I can't ever look at a coffee cake the same. So a couple years ago, my dad went to my uncle's house to come visit, but he was super hungry. He asked my uncle if he had any snacks. My uncle, of course, said yes. Then my dad went to the kitchen and saw that he had tasty cake coffee cakes. Boy, he was excited because my dad loves sweets. He went to go sit down to watch the game with my uncle, but when he took a bite of the cake, he said it tasted really moist. He ate half of it, then noticed that some of the crumbs on the tasty cake disappeared. When he took a better look at the cake, he realized that the tasty cake crumbs were maggots.
I made my teacher cry. Story time. When I was in second grade, I had this teacher and she was the devil, and we're gonna name her Miss Jackson. And the reason I call her a devil is because she would say really mean things to me to my face. She would be like, Ty, stop talking like that, you sound like a little girl. Or, your favorite color can't be pink, you have to choose one of the boy colors. And since I was so young, I didn't understand how serious these things were, and I didn't know I can get her in trouble. And I would go home sad like every single day. Eventually my mom noticed and she asked me what was wrong. So I told her some of the things that Miss Jackson would say to me, and my mom was mad. And my mom was like, the next time she says something to you, say something rude back, and if you get in trouble, I'll handle her from there. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. Now, Miss Jackson was a heavy lady, so I knew if I said something rude to her, it would be about her weight. Though we don't body shame around here. We don't do that, okay? So I'm in school eating lunch with my friends who happen to be girls, and Miss Jackson comes up to me and she's like, shouldn't you be eating with the boys? So I looked at her and I was like, shouldn't you be eating a salad? And the lunchroom started laughing, and then she started crying.
So last week I got my wisdom teeth taken out and I thought I was prepared, but there is something that nobody told me about. I had to find out the hard way. My wisdom teeth were impacted, so it was kind of a more complicated surgery. Because I'm kind of freaked out with medical stuff, I didn't build up the courage to actually look at my mouth until last night. And big mistake. Apparently after you get impacted wisdom teeth removed, it leaves behind a black hole. Not a normal looking missing tooth. Like it's just a hole. Like you can't see the bottom of it. There is just a literal hole in my mouth. So after I looked at it, I was freaking out and I thought I was gonna faint. So I asked my fiance Anthony to take a look at it because he had his wisdom teeth taken out last year, you know, like to see if it looked normal. So his teeth weren't impacted, so I guess his didn't look like that. I kid you not, he looks into my mouth and passes out. This man literally fainted. Like, wow, Anthony, thanks for making me feel better. Anyway, apparently it's like a totally normal thing, but I just wasn't expecting to see that.
Okay, so story time. So let's start from the beginning. I have two brothers. We'll call the oldest one Mark and the youngest one Robert. So my brother Mark moved to New York for college, so once in a while we go and visit him. My parents decided before my summer break ended to go and visit Mark for like a little vacation, because why not? So my parents are the type of people who like to get to airports hours before our flight. So we get there, go through security and buy some snacks. The lines were long, so it took up some time. We headed in our area and we looked through the windows and it was thundering and raining really hard. A few minutes later, the speakers come on and they say our flight is delayed. So we're like, okay, whatever, we'll just wait, because what else are we going to do? So around 2 hours pass, my dad goes up to the front desk where our gate is and asked if our plane was ready. He said no, so we waited a little bit longer. Then my dad asked again and they said no again. And this happened for like 4 more times. So finally they said yes, we're literally waiting for you guys. You're delaying the plane. Like, huh? Like for part 2.